right, so we're going to go through while my water heats up. We'll quickly jump through this, okay? Right here we have some threats to shoot Rick Snay and Noe. These are threats to shoot Rick Snay and Noe. Read it. It says, man, how stupid do you fucking think I am? I am from the ghetto. I live in the streets. There's only one reason why you go in an alley, fool, and it wasn't going to be pretty for you or the other person. If you both would have jumped me, because you guys would have been laying in the hospital with holes in you. Guarantee that. And I don't fuck around. I get down. I don't get down fighting no more. I just handle my business. You put one finger on me or come at me like you're going to do something, give me the right to put holes in you, period. Both of you fools. So this is Frank Meister admitting that he'd shoot Noe and Rick Snay. Okay. He also says that Noe was posting something somewhere talking about I was there talking to Becky Patty and that there was a hit out on Richard Allen. Oh, yeah, you did say there's a hit out on Richard Allen. Well, that's a fucking lie because I've never talked to Becky about Rick Allen being in Pendleton. Second of all, I'll clear the air on that right now. I know a few people, as a matter of fact, they're in this chat right now, that know inmates down in Wabash Valley, and they were informed that there was a hit on Rick Allen when he was down there. Set the record straight, huh? You're doing child murder, whatever you go, that's gonna, wherever you go, that's gonna happen. Thank you very much. Thank you, Ninja Warrior Assassin. Yeah, can you believe though? Can you believe? So he's gonna shoot. He's gonna shoot Noe and Rick Snay. I mean, could you imagine? Look, Noe's already been shot. For those of you who might not know that. And Rick Snay, can we not threaten to shoot Rick Snay? What the fuck is Rick doing? Come on, man. But this is the type of heroes we're dealing with. Becky Patty's official spokesperson. Right? All right. But he's been announcing that there's a hit on Richard Allen. Okay, so if Richard Allen gets dead, should Richard Allen get dead, you know who to go to. He also says, I got connections. Neither one of you fools, all three of you fools can't help that I got connections with the Indiana State Police. I can't help that I got connections with the Carroll County Sheriff's Office. I can't help that I got connections with the Delphi Police. I can't help I got connections with the Carroll County, Miami County, Allen County, their court system. Once again, I got connections with the ISP. I got connections with Carroll County Sheriff's Office. I got connections with the Delphi Police Department. Okay, this is the same guy, Becky Patty's official spokesperson, who says he's going to shoot Rick Snay and Noe and that there's a hit on Richard Allen. Okay? All right. Oh, thank you, Ninja Warrior Assassin. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. But this is what me, Rick, and Noe get for telling the truth. Listen, you think about this. Okay, look, I do not condone Noe going around and doing taunting, okay? But you think about what Rick, Noe, and I have in common and why we're targeted. Oh, this is Rich. We're going to get to this next, okay? Let me go and get my tea now. I think it's ready. So just please give me a second. And we'll get this together. All right. I am back. Okay, so now where are we? All right, y'all. So all right. All right, y'all. So now I'm gonna move on to some other things here. Remember, like, let me remove this for a second because this is the insanity. All right, this is the insanity. We're just reviewing. We're just reviewing. We're just we're just reviewing the social media posts from the past week. You can't make this shit up at all. You can't. All right. So I had some comments. Okay. And trust me, I'm not going to try to beat everyone up, but let's bring this up. Lily Shaw. All right. So Lily Shaw came behind the questions I had about the fundraiser. And Lily Shaw said this topic is actually causing distrust in Rick Allen's defense team. I donated and trust those attorneys to do right by Rick and Kathy Allen. Surely, if Kathy is worried about it, she can reach out to Andrew Baldwin or Rozzi. I don't think this drama and chaos on YouTube can be helpful for her peace of mind. What's really going on here? My brain hurts from it all. Oh, it should, sweetheart. Your brain should hurt from this all. Prof, I can't cope with the hateful nastiness from either side. Going to go away until you sort this out. Peace be with you. Well, Lily Shaw, I hope that you get some peace of mind. And I hope that once we flush out this virus, maybe you come back. But this is a necessary thing that we have to go through. But this is what I chose to put this up for, which is this Alexa. Because this is the interesting thing. So this Alexa comes in and starts immediately gaslighting. Okay. He says, or she says, he now thinks Richard Allen is guilty. What the actual fuck? What? What? So I say, please stop gaslighting my comment section. If you continue, I will ban you. The prof, how is that gaslighting? I'm confused. Do you think Rick Allen is guilty? Then she says, he's gravitated to pro-guilty now and pissed at me for saying something. I may already be blocked. Please show your friends. This is fraud. I have proof. Scumbag faking all this time. And then she says, how can you say by Richard Allen? He isn't the one that did this. And prof, you agree with this person? If so, people need to step right on out of this case. Oh my God, what a terrible thing to say. Also a terrible thing to like. Wowza, if this money bothers you so much that it makes you not trust Richard Allen, then it's time to close shop. I'm appalled at this comment and the fact that prof hit the like button. This is disgusting. Money grubbing evil people. And Birdie81 says, Girl, we're especially played, blah, blah, blah. And Alexa says, if Prof doesn't believe in his innocence, then take him with you. The more money he makes on this case, the worse it gets. Pretending to be on the side of Richard Allen, less integrity he appears to have. Richard Allen was there on the 13th, but the girls were not. I have that proof. If all of this fighting amongst these creators is all that Prof is going to be offering, then why is he bothering? Completely disappointed. This makes him a troll. Is all that he's looking for is to have shows every night to spread hate and get money? It's his prerogative. I just thought he was in this fight for Raw Ray. Not only his innocence of murdering the girls, but for his civil rights. Have you always followed the Prof and always thought Richard Allen was guilty? Can you please tell Prof not to take our conversation down? I think it's important enough to keep it up and continue this conversation. I just have questions. I've only been in this since right before the trial. I just didn't see anything that proved he was guilty. What tells you both that he's guilty? I'm asking because if I hear what you have, I could think differently. Maybe I'll need to hear it. Can you tell me why you think he's guilty? Do all of his subscribers think the same way? I'm so confused. It's very concerning. I just don't know when he changed his mind. Cuckoo. Listen. There's just too much. Listen, my question is this. Why do we have to believe Richard Allen is guilty? Clip that bitch. I'm sure they will. I mean, I've made it extremely clear that I believe Richard Allen was wrongfully convicted. Isn't that enough for you? Why do I have to believe anything? I mean, you do understand what a belief is. You know what I believe? I believe that Abby and Libby were murdered by a group of people. Now, whether Rick Allen had any involvement in that, knowledge of it, completely innocent of any involvement or knowledge of it, whatever, I don't know. I believe that Rick Allen was chosen to be a fall guy for this because he was there that day and they needed to arrest someone and pin this on someone before the election where they were potentially going to lose control of this entire investigation. And remember, Jeff Pinkert had said if he won the election, he was going to bring in the FBI and turn this case inside out. So I believe it was there was no choice in the situation. They had to maintain control of this. And the way they were going to do it is they were going to get an arrest. And I believe they had a list of people who were there that day. Rick Allen was one of them. They narrowed it down and said, it's going to be him. Now, what else do I believe? Oh, you want to know what else I believe? I believe they planted a bullet in his keepsake chest. Okay? Think of how easy a bullet is to plant. I told someone that the other day. I'm not going to tell you I told, but someone very important. I said, listen, there's a whole lot of shit you can't plant, right? You can't necessarily plant a computer. You can't necessarily plant a coffee pot. You can't necessarily plant a suitcase. But a bullet? You could hide that in the folds of your hands like a magician. And you could just, look, I'm looking for stuff. Oops. Or you could have it in a pocket and just slip it out. I think they found Rick Allen. They went in there. They planted a bullet. Uh, Now, does that exclude him from having any knowledge or involvement in the crime? No, it still doesn't, because he still could be involved in the crime or have knowledge of it or in some way and have been set up to take the fall by these crooked cops in order to win the election and maintain control of investigation. I don't know. And anyone who says they know is lying, because no one knows. It's all beliefs. But like I'm saying, why do we have to believe anything? You know, my theory is I believe none of this happened at High Bridge. I believe what happened to the girls happened to them at Wilson Bridge. Right? You know my theory. If you don't know my theory, go back and watch old shows. So there's a whole lot of things I can believe. I believe Kelsey German knows more than she says. I believe they were there to possibly meet whoever was in control of the Anthony Shots accounts, or one of them. There's a whole lot of shit I believe, but my beliefs are irrelevant to whatever happens on this channel. But it's weird how people, they want to project these different things onto you and demand that you hold certain beliefs. All right. All right. Now, all right. So, what's up? We got here. We got Alex V. What's up, Alex V? What's up, Miss Pie Crust? What's up, Five Green Acres? What's up, y'all? Coming into the chat. All right. All right. Let's see. We're gonna. All right, y'all. What's up? What's up? So, I put up a link for Alex. Alex wants to come say hi, and we got Marie Kelly coming in. What's up, Marie? What's up, Barbara Borman? What's up, Miss Pie Crust? Deb. All right, guys. All right. So, I'm gonna take a little break for a minute. All right. I'm working on something here. Just a minute. I know, Christine. All right, y'all, give me a second. Give me a second. I'm trying to manage all this. I can hardly talk. All right, so I guess I'll continue. All right, we got so we're gonna bring us up to date, okay? So what's going on here is you know Kara Weineke? Now guys, everything was fine. Okay? Everything was fine. And I think part of the problem here is it's as if Kara Weineke and Michael Osbrook don't really hold accountability for the influence that they have over others. And it's really a shame. So I'm going to read this momentarily, but oh, look, there we got Alec. We got somebody. We have someone who has come into the backstage. So just a minute. Let me see who's back here.
Oh man, can you?
Hey, who's there?
Oh fuck! The stage.
I can't hear shit.
We're doing what we do. You can't hear shit. All right, come on.
Am I the only one not hearing? Yo.
Let me see.
Oh no. And we lost him. Let's see.
Testing. Can you hear us
check,
now?
Check.
Check. Can you hear us? Damn, it just blew up, bro. What happened? Fuck. I don't think the mic's working. Testing.
Let me see. I'm not hearing. Check.
Check. Okay,
hold on. Sorry. Why am I not hearing? Check. All right, let's try it again. I'm not hearing shit. I don't know. Okay, let's try him again.
Fuck hello, it, bro. Can you hear us? Hello, two.
Finally, what happened?
You can hear us?
Now.
Hear us?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, we're messing with old technology, the MK, so shit gets out of hand, bro. But we got
it got MK'd out. Something happened here with the cross signal analog digital conversion or something.
Oh, dude, it's been a wild ride, but yeah, status report, we're up to date, dude. Me and him, we went to LA what was it, LA like a week ago, and
the
massive
Memorial
party,
Day.
dude. It was ended up being an abandoned warehouse, and
It was on the news.
yeah, homeless died, dog got killed. Yeah, it was off Nipachino Drive. That's where we were. And then, man, what else happened, dude? A lot of shit has gone down. So basically, you know, as far as true crime, there's going to be a showdown between me, Sage, and what is it? Kurtisov? Yeah, Kurtisov in the fall. And that's about it, you know. And yeah, what about you? What you got going on?
So I'm complaining about the MK Fosters over here for the most part.
Yeah, dude. No, a lot of them are in hibernation right now, which
Fuck
is
you.
pretty
Fuck
fucking sick.
you. Fuck you.
You see,
Fuck
there's
you.
one.
Fuck
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Oh man, I love those that CRT, dude. It's like my baby, dude. It's so. I can see it's got like curves on it and shit, dude. It's amazing. You
It's
can see
curves
the
and it's curves and pixels. I like it.
Oh my god, watch this. Let's see. Hold on, I'm trying not to fuck it up. Wait. Get in there. Yeah. Don't hide. Don't be shy, dude.
Don't hide.
Wait, hold on. I'll be back. You gotta get the meth lighting out of here. Hold on.
You're gonna turn the light.
Yeah, look at that shit.
Kind of lighting
That's
situation we got
7-Eleven
there.
right there. That's how you do it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, we took some. Oh yeah, look at that shit, dude. Look at that.
Oh,
It's doing the scroll thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's sick, bro. That's part of it. I'll fix that later. I'll fix that in
Is
post
that
or whatever.
That thing? Did you do that thing?
What thing?
Where you like?
Oh, you focus it?
Oh no,
That's a very MK shirt, by the way,
I know, dude. It's amazing,
according to
but-
the chat and myself.
Yeah, it's so sick, man. Oh, look, he's like flickering, dude. You're like strobe lighting, dude. Fuck it. We'll zoom out, bro.
Zoom out. Yeah.
We got a good setup going, dude. It's
Oh, geez.
yeah, it ain't bad. We're photographers now, by the way, so like, yeah, need wedding photos or you know, birthday or anything like that. Mini golf. Yeah, we got it out. But yeah, Prof and me have plans. We're gonna do. We're not gonna say our plans, but we got plans for the summer, and yeah, they don't involve human trafficking bullshit or none of that. So, you know, we got some regular true crime fucking plans. Curtis Huff, you know, the usual conspiracy stuff. Very generic. You know, but yeah, Showdown is with Curtis Huff in the fall. It's gonna be like Batman. It's like. Dude, oh man, dude, we
got some Stevenson's Evansdale, Kentucky, Chomo, satanic Foster vibes.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I try to leave that stuff out, but it creeps its way back in. That's pretty much like the true crime genre is that's pretty much it right now. But
true crime,
dude, it's gonna be sick, dude. Dude, I was what's that bottle? Is there a bottle smashing?
Oh, that's
me.
me.
Picking up everything. That's crazy, dude. It's like a folly room, but. Yeah, dude, we'll do some cool conspiracy streams. I got Curtis Huff's case files ready for that stream. Dude, I'm gonna try. I look like too jaundice on there, dude. How do I get? We need to change the color. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, look at that. Yeah. Wait.
You look like jaundice.
Dude, yeah, we got a lot of options here, bro. I've been messing with
jaundice.
No,
oh yeah, it's better.
Red,
Better.
Fuck. I'm like a little plum, dude.
Red, purple, blues.
I don't like that, bro. Fuck that. Change that. Yeah, it's like I feel like a DJ, dude. It's look
at that black and white.
The black and white one? Yeah, let's keep black and white, buddy. Let's see it. No, fuck it. Whatever, dude. But we got time to mess around with all that. But yeah, you know, we had to get this. This is the first time we've tested our setup, and it took months to make on another live. So, you know, this was the place to try it out. And yeah, you know, so Curtis Huff Showdown, that's coming this fall. For you guys want to see some epic battles, dude, you know, like two little MK nerds versus a serial killer, like live in the flesh, dude. It's gonna be an epic event, and we're gonna go hard, dude. It's gonna be so hard. Yeah, Sage is ready. Sage has never done any of that before, but yeah, some real serial killer hunting stuff in the flesh, and we're gonna watch a documentary on whale hunting to get us primed up, and like Moby Dick, you know, the good old stuff. And yeah, until then,
Free
Willy, Air Bud,
Bubble Boy,
and you got to watch some black and white vampire hunter flicks.
Oh yeah, Vampire Hunter D, Christopher Lee,
black and white. Yep.
But dude, the chicks have been going nuts. The non-trafficking world, they're loving it, dude. You know, it's like trafficking's like a seasoning, dude. When you have just the right amount and you don't have to deal with it, then it adds to the danger level. Then it's like,
It's chicken wings.
it's like the chicken wings. Yeah, Wingstop. Oh my god, that shit was sick, dude. But yeah, it's been good. We went to Wingstop today. They had the new the new Mexican wings.
Mexican street.
Yeah, the Mexican street chicken wings, dude. That shit was so sick, bro. Now we went right after work, dude. We headed over there.
Somebody ate in Alberta,
dude. Yeah, so it was a hot ass day. I was like sweating my ass off, and he's like, dude, we got to get these new chicken wings that came out. So we went and got the chicken wings.
I wonder if it's actually iguana legs.
It might be, dude. But that would be MK anyways, dude. But dude, man, we're like on a prison phone call. It's like you're like the new open secrets right now, dude. This is some open secret shit, dude.
Oh yeah, this is some open secret shit right here.
So I would be Kurt, he'd be Garth, or I could be Garth, you could be Kurtz, but he doesn't know who that is.
I don't know who the fuck that is.
Yeah, it's some Mindhunter shit, man. But it's all about that texture. You see, like that little grain. It's like sandpaper, dude. Look at that. Whoa, dude. Yeah, look at that shit, dude. That shit's sick,
it's like
dude.
jigsaw or something.
God, it's like a tumbler or some shit, dude. We brought it back, dude. It's like jigsaw. Yeah, so we're gonna do man, is that a water bottle?
So
That shit's picking up, dude.
I'll stop.
Dude. Pop it. You might as well just pop it. So, dude, yeah, we got some conspiracy streams coming up. It's gonna be sick. You know, we'll try to get Snay on there, and that's gonna be sick, dude. Summer Jam, Sage's gonna be there, dude. He's new to true crime, so he's got to get in, you know, in there and test the vibes out. And then Curtis F Showdown in the fall. And then that's about it. That might be our limited edition run after that, man. I mean, we're on a hot streak right now, dude.
Look, Muty Silence says if you're looking for an Indiana serial killer, you might as well look into sex workers left in sheds all over Gary, Indiana. Boom.
Oh man, dude.
Ooh.
Yeah, that sounds about right, dude. I don't know, Indiana. I'm kind of like,
that's a little creepy over there.
Oh yeah, I'm not feeling Indiana anymore, dude. I'm more like, yeah, maybe Hawaii. Hawaii would be kind of cool, or you know. The Pacers are from Indiana? Damn, bro. Yeah, so we'll figure it out. But Curtis Huff, dude, you know, that's going to be a good one. Big showdown. And I told him we might get on TRT for that one, dude, because we're getting hyped up, dude. Yeah, we got a workout plan and shit. But no, other than that, dude, we've been crashing parties, you know, because colleges have MK energy. You harvest it. You know, that's where they do all the research. So, like, we harvest it like orbs and shit, walking around and bring it back to the CRT, plug it in, and that's pretty much it, man. But yeah, we got some good shit going on.
Orbs, roofies, and orbs, roofies, and CRTs. That's all you need.
Dude. You gotta get CRT before they're all gone, dude. Like shit, look at that.
I can't, dude. Do you know this? They give me headaches, man. I've never said that on the air, but they give me headaches, man.
I'll zoom out or something. Yeah, let's zoom out. Get that texture. Wait. Fuck, it's so fucking sensitive.
There we go.
Bro. Oh, there we go. It did something. Dude, look, it gave me like blush ass red cheeks, dude. Oh my god, bro. Fuck, it's beautiful. God damn.
Oh,
it's like a filter, dude. Yeah, that's sick, dude. Yeah, I'm liking that. I feel it's like at a zoo when they have like a monitor on the little camera, you know,
the chimpanzees.
Oh my god, dude. Yeah, so
that's pretty badass when it's just the screen, just you alone on screen. Check it out again.
Yeah.
Oops. What the?
Try it out. Hey guys,
it's more HD.
We are calling from Carroll County Jail. Please accept our call. Put money on our books, dude. Every time I talk,
send me a Western Union.
No. Yeah, Western Union us. Dude, that shit is sick, dude. Oh my god, dude. Look at that texture, dude. God damn. That's fucking beautiful, dude. See, we're fucking artists, dude. That's art right there, dude.
That's art.
We brought it to true crime, dude. Yeah.
Amazing. How is it glitching? What's making it glitch?
I think every time I open my mouth, it fucking glitches, dude. Is there an echo?
If you're prone to seizures, do not watch Alex on the CRT.
Yeah, dude. This shit's sick, dude. Oh man, we're gonna go far with this shit. Yeah. Oh my god, it's beautiful, dude. It's like diamonds. Fuck, dude.
Okay.
Yeah. Sage, you got whoa. You got anything you want to report on, Sage, or update the people on?
I love you all. every single one.
Yeah, we're going far, dude. So we're bringing some artistry to fucking true crime. Yeah, look at that glitch, man. That is. Wait. Don't talk for a second. See what it does.
I haven't been talking for shit.
Okay, see? Every time I talk, it does it. Watch.
Ooh,
Wait. All right, now it's up. Dude, this shit's sick, dude. It's like the beginning of skateboard documentaries or something, dude. It's so sick, man.
Hey, it's giving me ideas. I got ideas. Well,
it's like Viva La Bam. I feel like Viva La Bam in the golden era, dude. But yeah, if you guys, check out my channel, you won't be disappointed. And
put it in the chat, somebody. Put the the Alex link in the chat, please.
At
somebody.
Weird Alex V. Sage doesn't have a channel for good reason. He will soon.
For good reason.
He'll be on there, dude. But dude, this fucking, I feel like Tim Burton, dude. This is so fucking artistic.
It's burnt out. It's a good looking one though.
Yeah, I love it, man. But
all right, man. Well,
it was good to see you, Prof. You have a good weekend. It's way to
good to see you,
Friday,
Sage.
Man. You have a good one.
Peace out, guys. I'm gonna go back to complaining about the mean girls. All right, y'all. Oh yeah, it's like a Polaroid pic. It is. It's badass. It's a nice look. I'm thinking 80s music videos. Sage can't internet unsupervised. Not yet. Yeah. All right, everyone, please in the chat say thanks to Alex for coming by, and we'll get his link down in there. You know what? The tea is helping out, though. I got to tell you, it's starting to kick in. All right. Christine says hi and thank you. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Alex. Thanks, Alex. All right. So what I was saying, okay? That was a good time to transition anyway. Look, I wanted to talk about this post here. And it's I just don't understand people. That's what I was saying. Why won't people leave well enough alone with this case? All right. So let's read this. It says, the court reporter in the Richard Allen case has asked for a second extension of time. She indicated that the transcript is done and is approximately 4,500 pages. That's 18 volumes plus 15 volumes of exhibits. In the old days, we would have called that a 2-box case, 2 banker's boxes. That's a huge record. A second extension is reasonable, although the frustration from the general public is understandable. No, it's not. No, it's not. And I'm going to tell you why later. But you guys need to really fucking think, because no one's thinking here. Everyone's just being an insane, emotional bastard. Okay? And I'm going to force you to think. Please hit the like. Yeah, please do. And support the channel. Hit the thumbs up. If you're on the replay, leave a comment down below. Hit the Cash App and the Buy Me a Coffee. You can see them scrolling down below. Okay, you can see them scrolling down below. I'm going to force you to think tonight. So let's continue reading. A second extension is reasonable, although given the frustration from the general public the frustration from the general public is understandable. I assume the Court of Appeals will give the court reporter at least 30 more days, if not the full 45 days she's requested. That puts the transcript done in early July. I would anticipate that each side will request and receive at least 90 days each for briefing. Okay, let's stop there. Before anyone gives birth, okay, How many days is she asking for extra? $45? Weineke assumes she'll get 30 more days, okay? So what is everyone fucking upset about? In a 5 to 10 year process, everyone's going to get their panties in a twist over 30 more days. Perspective, people. And she continues. So 6 months from early July. And then when adding the reply briefing time, takes the case to early 2026. The Court of Appeals, if it does not set oral argument on the case, takes on average 3 months to decide a case. So I'd assume we're looking at closer to 6 months, because everything the parties review, the court will need to review as well. That puts us mid-2026 before we receive a decision. Okay, and a hypothetical question. It's not really hypothetical, but how far away is mid-2026 for all of you idiots in the back? One year. 1 year. 1 year. 1 year. The party that loses will seek transfer to the Indiana Supreme Court. If you don't ask for extensions, parties rarely do, that's still 75 days from the Court of Appeals decision for briefing. That puts the case into late 2026. A little more than a year. The Supreme Court, assuming it does not grant transfer and does not set oral argument, is still going to need several weeks, 5 to 6 weeks, to decide on whether to take the case. Richard Allen cannot file his petition for post-conviction relief and get on the state public defender's 2-year wait list until the Supreme Court declines or grants and decides the case. And if he decides to file a petition for writ of cert to the U.S. Supreme Court, the post-conviction petition must wait even longer. What does all this mean? Best case scenario, Allen finishes the direct appeal process in late 2026. Let's stop there. Who in here is an optimist? Who's a pessimist? Best case scenario, Allen finishes the direct appeal process in late 2026. Who's to say that won't be successful? Who's to say a post-conviction investigation and relief will even be necessary? But this pessimist says even if he immediately files a petition for post-conviction relief, his case will not be ripe for review until mid to late 2028. It's not unreasonable for post-conviction investigation to take years to complete before a hearing is held. especially when the case is this complex. I think Michael Osbrook warned it would be at least 5 years before Allen's case would see a post-conviction courtroom. Well, that's even if it does. I think Michael was being generous. But here's the kicker. This is why we cranks push to start the post-conviction investigation early. Memories fade, witnesses die, evidence destroyed or deleted. Meanwhile, the defendant languishes. He's going to languish regardless. Now, remember what we're actually fucking talking about here, because see, what she did with this one post is she started a fire, which is why she's currently going to receive what she's going to receive. Okay? Because what we're talking about here is 30 to 45 days. That's all we're fucking talking about here. 30 to 45 days. Okay? So you're going to Twitter and getting everyone all in an uproar over 30 to 45 days? Yeah. And not only that, you have the nerve to call yourself a crank when you very damn well know the controversy that entails. And of course, more predictable than the sun coming up in the morning or me having to fart when I eat a really good meal and am overly full. Michael Osbrook, habeas corpus. This is why we cranks push to start the post-conviction investigation early. All right? Now, oh, Prof, why are you so mad about that? Well, let me tell you why. Because nice Prof has left the building. I've been nice this whole time throughout all of this. I'm not being nice anymore. You see, because this motherfucker right here, he's the cause of all of this. All right? He's the cause of all of this. Why? Do you remember right before trial, Michael Osbrook was making the rounds, okay? And what was his talk? What were his talking points? What was he running his mouth about? What was he endlessly, what's the term? Oh, God. He was endlessly ranting on and on and on about what? See, this is very rare. This is very rare, if I do say so. Ernest Hemingway once said, "There's a very rare opportunity that sometimes arises, and you must take it. You must shoot before the egg hatches, or the egg is likely to crack." The Davis-Hatton procedure. There's this Davis-Hatton procedure, and it's a very rare thing. I'm somewhat of an academic, though, and I have been isolated in a classroom my entire life, and I have no concept of the reality of the real world. And when I do give legal advice, it turns out to be bad legal advice. But we're not going to talk about that anyway. But needless to say, the truth is that there's this very rare, albeit often rarely used procedure entitled the Davis-Hatton procedure, which I've been told once that that way back in my glory days, when I was well known in certain circles, that it had been rumored to be have used realistically in a process of presenting to the court a very unconventional technique, and that is the Davis-Hatton procedure. And by this method, there is the opportunity, albeit slim, there is this opportunity, as Aristotle would say, if you can't pull the thread out of the mouse's butt in one way, you pull it out the other. And what I would say is there's a slight possibility, an infinitesimal probability that I could free Rick Allen immediately, which is all anyone heard. Yeah, there's an opportunity to free Rick now, before appeals. And every single stupid ass social media obsessed follower who you know as the cranks heard that shit, and their little liberal insanity bells went off in their brains. Oh, free Rick now, 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 free Rick now. Of course, there was never a possibility, a probability, or any likelihood whatsoever that anyone could ever free Rick now immediately before appeal. It ain't never going to happen. It wasn't ever going to happen. But what did he do? He baited you all. He emotionally manipulated you all into believing that shit. And all of the bleeding heart free Rick Allen people just fell for it. It's a pipe dream. You sold them a fantasy. And then when he's convicted and then sentenced, all that changed. Oh no, we can't free Rick now. But we need to do a post-conviction investigation. We cranks. Again, we cranks. Michael Osbrook and Carol Weinecke. Michael Osbrook and Carol Weinecke. Oh yeah. Along with those who we tap and ask to sign non-disclosure agreements. See, look at the fourth bullet point. Solicit the assistance of non-experts as necessary. Yeah. We cranks. We pushed to start the post-conviction investigation early. And Carol Weinecke continued. There's no deadline to file for relief, but the defendants should file within 1 year after the direct appeal is over, which So we're saying, yes, it's going to be 2728, right? To ensure they preserve the opportunity to seek federal habeas relief later in federal court if their state post-conviction proceeding is unsuccessful. The post-conviction relief petition itself cannot be filed while the direct appeal is pending. However, the investigation that often takes place before filing the petition can and often does occur while the direct appeal is pending. There are attorneys who specialize in post-conviction proceedings. Oh, you mean not you? The experts in this area of law work at the state public defender's office. Oh, you mean where your husband and Michael Osbrook work? A few of us were fortunate enough to be trained by those experts and now handle this work either through contract with that office or privately for those who are fortunate enough to have the means to hire private counsel. What might a post-conviction investigation look like in Alan's case, where the direct appeal is still pending? Here are just a few things that could be done. Now, you know what? I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. I'll save that for the future. Let's continue. The 20 terabytes of discovery the defense received could be reviewed. Oh yeah, that's what you're all hungry for. Let's be honest here. Witnesses who have either come out since trial or were not interviewed previously could be interfered with. Oh, I mean interviewed. Did anyone ever have BG's height analyzed from the video? If not, that could be done. Well, why does it take this to do it? If you're working for free, right? Eldridge told the defense diaries that there was more she could have testified to, but was not asked. She could be interviewed about that. Perlmutter said the same thing. She could be interviewed as well. It might be nice to see if Reese Davis still had that letter he enclosed from KK. The DNA expert went on so-and-so's show, seemed very interested in looking into DNA evidence. He could be doing that. Once the transcript is done, post-conviction counsel could be reviewing it and making record notes of what was said on each page of the transcript and by who. Usually it takes about an hour of attorney time to get through 50 pages of transcript. That's 90 hours for this case. Would you rather spend that 90 hours while the direct appeal is pending, or wait until after the appeal is over and Richard Allen's waiting on prison on you? Weren't there something like 10,000 tips that came into the hotline? Might be nice to look through those and see if there's anything that could be investigated. There are a few things off the top of my head that I could think of that could be done for the next 18 months while we're waiting on the appeal to be done. Yeah, no shit. But you see, what you're doing is you're stirring the pot. You're stirring the pot because what is it about the word no that you all have such a hard time understanding? You see, because you don't realize that what you're doing is you're setting off a contingent of gang stalkers, harassers, doxers, terrorists. I mean, remember this? Right? And what is this? What is this, yesterday? You see what I mean about setting off an entire contingent of gang stalkers? The story should be told, but I'm going to wait and see what Robin says tomorrow post breakup with Christy. Beyond that, it depends on whether dumbass has a wedding to attend. Oh yeah, who's Robin? Who's Robin, Luke? Who's Christy, Luke? Oh, and what is this? Hey, Kathy, you're here, correct? We want to know what you know. What you don't want Osbrook to know. Is Rick guilty, Kathy? Who else is guilty, Kathy? Seems like there's dissent in the ranks. Oh, but Delphi Cox says, not a chance. No matter how bad the inner circle tries to make him look. If he was guilty when his mind broke and he started confessions, we'd have learned about sticks, vertical versus horizontal cuts, redressing. His filters were gone. It'd have all come out. Not a chance. Oh, what is this? You told me on the phone that Michael Osbrook was the problem. He was too active on social media. No, he's too much of a fucking loudmouth on social media. And that Lori was never going to work with him. I did not know if you had the problem with Michael Osbrook or Lori did. No, it was Kathy who did. But it was obvious during the conversation that Michael Osbrook could not be involved. I did not know who Lori was. You did not give me her name. You only described her as a woman who worked with North Carolina Innocence Project. You asked me to email you so you could forward my email address to her. I did. She never sent me anything. I don't believe you were trying to wreck all this or that you secretly side with the state. But from my view, you all did not want Michael Osbrook and I on the case. I respected Kathy Allen's wishes and bowed out. But somehow I'm still being accused of trying to steal millions of dollars. Who's accusing you? I'll wait. Who has accused you of trying to steal millions of dollars? Kind of like Michael Osbrook claiming he wanted the evidence so it can't be destroyed. Like it literally can't be destroyed. By law, evidence can't be destroyed on cases in appeal for certain years after it's final. I don't understand what it is you all want. We want you to all to shut the fuck up. I bowed out so other lawyers could take over. Good, you did the right thing. Now, why don't you tell Michael Osbrook to do the same? I stopped talking about the case or the contract with anyone except as an outsider looking in. I have no ill will towards anyone, but I have a right to respond to what is being said. Who said anything about you wanting to steal millions of dollars? Those concerned with this case are grateful you took time to answer questions and clear the air regarding what happened. It's just very unfortunate that Christy cannot answer simple questions. Her refusal to elaborate lead many to believe she may in fact be siding with the state. Oh yeah, really? Uh-huh. See, this is what you have caused, Kara Weineke and Michael Osbrook. She told me this long before anyone knew about the contract. She called me and told me that she wanted me to ditch Michael Osbrook and start working with a woman from North Carolina who was at an Innocence Project. She said Kathy Allen would sign the contract if Michael Osbrook wasn't involved. For those in the back, she told me she wanted me to ditch Michael Osbrook. She said Kathy Allen would sign the contract if Michael Osbrook wasn't involved. I declined the offer because I wanted to work with the best. I can count on one hand the number of people who know this case and post-conviction practice as well as Michael Osbrook. If he wasn't part of the team, I wasn't part of the team. I cannot for the life of me understand why these people want Michael Osbrook as far away from this as possible, because Kathy said. And I will go to great lengths to disparage and attempt to discredit and embarrass him because he's an asshole. That's why. Is it clear enough now, Tatiana? I keep feeling like I'm missing something, though, says Tatiana. It feels like more, it's definitely personal, but it's also fucking weird. They're okay with Kara, but not Michael. Or am I finally just losing it? No, you're correct. They're okay with Kara, but not with Michael. You see, why do you make us have to come out and talk in this way when you could have all just stayed shut the fuck up? They probably think Kara can be manipulated, says the insane cunt Delphi Docs. They probably think Kara can be manipulated because she stays polite and classy no matter what. It's hard to put yourself in the mind of a sociopath. Oh, okay, so we're state actors and sociopaths. Okay. Let alone multiple, each with their own agendas that just happen to converge for now. Sure. Okay, so we're sociopaths with our own agendas and also state actors. That's cute. That's rich. All right. I did not fall for anything, says Kara Weinecke. That contract was prepared back in February or March for a very specific reason and at Kathy Allen's request. Someone shared it with Prof. Ooh. Since then, it has been an endless trashing of me, Michael Osbrook, and the people who have done nothing but call for justice for Rick. Hold on. Hold on. You're twisting shit again. Kara, you're twisting shit, playing victim. It has been an endless trashing of me. Okay, first of all, let's stop with that. Who has trashed you, Kara Weinecke? Who has trashed you? I'm looking for the trashing. Oh, you're getting trashed now. Yeah. But who had trashed you prior to 6/6/25? Michael Osbrook? No, he trashed himself. He trashed himself on Twitter and running his mouth on all the live streams like he did. Yeah. And behind the scenes by going to all of my friends and trying to discredit me and drive a wedge between me and my friends, and they came back and told me everything. Yeah, I think Michael Osbrook trashed himself. Okay. And the people who have done nothing but call for justice for Rick. No. You're talking about the cranks? No, I did not trash the cranks. I asked the fucking cranks to tell the truth about several things. First of all, about that video. I wanted to know who posted the video. Wouldn't tell the truth. I wanted to know, did you have permission from Andy Baldwin to post the video? Wouldn't tell the truth. I wanted to know who owns the website. Wouldn't tell the truth. I wanted to know the provenance, a chain of custody of that video, all the way from the extraction up to being posted on the website. Wouldn't tell the truth. I think those people trashed themselves. Okay. Then after not telling the truth, okay, for a month and a half over this, they went out on a social media gang stalking campaign, of which I thoroughly laid out on my channel. They doxed me. They doxed my business. They doxed my state. Okay. My income. They doxed Lori in North Carolina. Yeah, that's her name. You know what? I'm doxing her now. Her name's Lori in North Carolina. She's a friend of the Allens. And you know what? They went out and doxed her. And so did Michael Osbrook. And so did you, Kara. When is it okay for two highly reputable attorneys in Indiana to be doxing a fucking civilian who's just trying to help Rick Allen? I had moved on, but the trashing continues. Where? Can you please show the trashing? Whatever this alleged trashing is, can you please show the trashing? Apparently now I was only after millions of dollars from a fundraiser that has never been done. It is getting old and doing nothing to help Rick. You seem pretty touchy about the millions of dollars. I don't recall ever saying anything about millions of dollars and you. That's interesting. You understand, Prof being right is more important than Allen's immediate need, because Prof is the true victim here. He said 100 times. Yes, because I've been threatened, gang stalked, doxxed, harassed, and threatened with death for 2 years since I've stepped on this Delphi case, and you'll never stop. You'll never succeed in discounting the fact that that actually happened to me. Both you and Michael need to send a letter to YouTube Legal for harassment. I know you don't want to, but if you don't, it'll never stop. Kate O'Hare, you're a dumbass. But I find it interesting. I find your location interesting, and we will be looking into you, Kate. Here comes the cunt again. Delphi Docs. Oh, dear God's what? Replace Michael Osbrook with a paralegal with parasocial relationship with Rick that tries to win arguments by sharing out of context private messages without permission. We are in crazy world. What even is this place? Both Kathy and Rick apparently suffer from placing trust in everyone's hands until they get burned. Huh? Well, you guys know how to twist. This is the thing I'm learning about all of you, okay? You really like to twist things for your own benefit. You really like to twist things to make yourselves look good and like a victim and smart, and other people's look bad. Okay. But it's funny here because this amazing girl, Holly, here, Holly comes in with a very, 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 very pertinent comment. Okay. Holly comes in and says, the PCI advocates stirred the pot a little too hard. And now Rick Allen is innocent. Loyalists are questioning whether Kathy Allen knew that he was guilty. It really couldn't be any worse. As far as I know, that person up there is the only crank saying that crazy shit. What is happening? Holly says, I wouldn't know, but according to most cranks, I'm a dumbass. But seriously, how didn't people see this coming with all of the attacks on Kathy for not signing the retainer agreement? Oh, good one. There have been numerous attacks on Kathy. Cranks did a live with hella of excited utterance, suggesting that she needed a guardian and ad litem appointed because she wasn't capable of making decisions. I think that's an attack. She isn't a child. And then Holly says again, another amazing one. Amazing comment here, by the way. Amazing comment here. And she truly did hit the nail on the head with this one. Listen to this one. Perhaps I'm confused. Again, this is today, this morning. Perhaps I'm confused. Why did all this start up again? How can anything run its course if it keeps getting rehashed? It's past the point where that agreement would ever be signed, in my opinion. I just don't see the value here. We should be focusing elsewhere. Again, why did all this start up again? How can anything run its course if it keeps getting rehashed? It's past the point that the agreement would ever be signed. I just don't see the value here. We should be focusing elsewhere. And then dumbass says, I don't know. Kara spoke up and Christy showed up. It keeps popping up because it's not resolved. It's unfinished and there's no sign of anything actually getting done. Alarmist, alarmist, alarm, 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 5-alarm fire. I don't think we would see when a PCI by other attorneys begins until they start making filings, which they might not need to do right away. It's not like a trial or direct appeal where the lawyer makes an appearance early. They would for PCR, but not PCI. Absolutely perfect comment. And again comes dumbass with the doxing. This is either Lori or Adrian, and it better not be the fucking last option. And the person who is not Lori or Adrian says, "You're a genius. That is why the lawyers hang out with you. What if I was Adrian? What are you going to do about it, bitch?" And the gaslighting continues. Yeah, because none of us actually do that, despite what you psychopaths. Remember, the first one was sociopaths, but now this one is saying psychopaths. Despite what you psychopaths keep making up and lying about, and if this is Lori, you sure seem proud to be part of what's going to keep Rick behind bars for another 8+ years. Woo hoo hoo hoo, because you didn't like Michael Osbrook, boo hoo, bitch. There are many paralegals who are more knowledgeable about, on top of cases they handle, than the lawyers they serve. With all due respect, Christine baited Richard Allen with the baptism suggestion. Who is working with Christine? Then the YouTubers go on Hella's channel and say Richard Allen is suicidal. He was baited into entertaining the idea. And then personalities try to say he needs to be found incompetent. Disgusting. You literally have no idea what you're talking about. You're mixing everything up, which leads me to believe you're one of those friends we don't like. We don't like Christine. We don't like Erica Morris or Christine, the other Christine. This group of friends all seem to care more about who gets to keep access to Kathy and Rick. All we cared about was getting Rick out. You see what I mean about the gaslighting? Shaboogies. Earth to Shaboogies. You ain't getting Rick out this month. All we cared about was getting Rick out. Yes, we weren't thrilled that Kathy turned down free help. Free help. Free help. Free help. What's preventing you from helping her? Free. But we weren't mad at her for it. But we are questioning if the people close to her are giving her bad advice. To choose a rando from North Carolina versus a proven professional records of amazing appellate lawyer strikes me as odd. Because you got it all wrong, dumbass. This is not a competition between choosing a paralegal from North Carolina versus Michael Osbrook. That was never even a choice. Like, why are you? This is called a straw man argument, okay? Because what you're doing, you're trying to turn this into the fact that this was a choice between a paralegal in North Carolina and Michael Osbrook. That was not a choice, okay? That was not a choice. This was a choice between Michael Osbrook or no Michael Osbrook. Or I should even put it more accurately, according to my understanding. This was a choice between Michael Osbrook and a bunch of YouTubers or not Michael Osbrook and a bunch of YouTubers. And the better decision was made. And Blue Scout actually comes in with the facts. You don't have a clue what you're talking about, Troll Farm 2.0, Mean Girls. If you did, then you wouldn't respond as you have. And then Dumbass says, okay, Prof, or one of his freaks. Save it for the show tonight. Continuing, since I cannot write a longer post, people can work with whoever they want. It's funny. Any woman can say no in any situation, and we are told to respect that. But if Kathy Allen tells a man no, people should demean her. Double standard, huh? Again, for those in the back who are not that smart, it's funny that any woman can say no in any situation, and we are told to respect that. But if Kathy Allen tells a man no, then people should demean her. What are you even talking about? This has nothing to do with her saying no. It has everything to do with what her friends have then gone on to say about legal professionals who were trying to help for free. But instead, we're met with online harassment, blah, 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 blah. No, you all harassed, and nothing's for free, babe. Did your father teach you nothing? Nothing comes for free. Kind of losing track of the chat here. If Kathy Allen says no to something free, the lawyers need to respect that. If the lawyers are advocating for people on YouTube to harass and pressure Kathy Allen into signing a contract she doesn't want to sign, that's a very, very big deal. Keep yourself in check, my dear. Oh, right. Okay. I see what that is. So see, this is all about a pressure campaign. And boy, they hate this. They hate the fact that I have this in my hands. And let me just say this. There are some concerns about this. For starters, media control. The attorneys reserve the right in this contract to publicly discuss the case and coordinate media coverage without approval. See here in the fourth bullet point, speak and write publicly with due regard for the client's pending direct appeal. Arrange for publicity that post-conviction counsel deem helpful by news or other news media outlets or organizations. Fundraising power. These attorneys would have been able to solicit and manage public donations, including creating and controlling nonprofits that could outlive their representation. In regards to these nonprofits, do you understand that nonprofits often include salaried positions, multiple salaried positions that can eat up a large portion of the funds that are collected by the nonprofit? Another thing is that this contract demanded complete independence from the appellate counsel. with no deference to, no consultation with, and nor discretion of appellate counsel in any of the actions that were taken by the post-conviction investigative attorneys and team. It granted unrestricted information access to all discovery, all investigative work product, both confidential and are privileged and non-privileged, or non-privileged and privileged information. Granted blanket authority to receive all information from from trial and civil attorneys and investigators. It also included clauses for establishing third-party non-disclosure agreements, allowing the use of non-disclosure agreements for anyone involved. And we believe that was going to be Matthew Hoffman, Angela Sedlowski, Luke Nicholas, and others. This could have potentially led to the silencing of witnesses or whistleblowers, the interference with witnesses and whistleblowers, the potential selective steering of information from discovery, from investigators, from witnesses and or whistleblowers. This whole alleging of working for free. Well, this was potentially for free in terms of no fee, but there were strings attached. The client would have lost all control over the narrative, all control over publicity, all control over the funds, all control over the investigative direction, and would have had to subject themselves to future ongoing fundraising efforts presented through a lens or a storyline that the party may or may not have agreed with. There's no specific plan in this retainer agreement for oversight. There's no specific plan for oversight of the investigation. It's completely up to Kara Weinecke and Michael Osbrook, both employees of the state of Indiana. It's a huge thing that all of you need to understand. If they want war, we'll give them war. These are employees of the state of Indiana. Who are the state actors? Let's remove this. Who are the fucking state actors that we're talking about here? Kara Weinecke and Michael Osbrook. Okay? Those are technically your state actors. No independent auditor. No independent fund manager, no independent oversight of the 501c3s. Nothing defined. It included a huge risk of mission creep in which the broad powers could be used for goals beyond what the client originally intended. Now, not only are those some of the negatives, but there are more negatives. When you begin to understand that the people behind this particular document that Mrs. Allen so wisely declined signing, the very people behind this document were also behind the leaked video on the Rick Allen website. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right. Also behind the gang stalking, harassment, and discrediting campaign that has been rolled out for nearly 3 months now. We're approaching the 3-month mark. That's right. The doxing, harassment, discrediting. Not only that, these same people were behind the fundraiser that is being questioned at this point in time. So how is it? How is it that you have a handful of people who are the people that would have been included in this contract that were behind fundraising, establishing a website, leaking discovery on a website, and now the attempt to grab control of the post-conviction investigation. And then when that was denied, they set off an entire campaign by a group of people to harass the fuck out of the people who were drawing attention to these problems. And that was me. That was Adrian. That was Erica Morse. That was Christine Calderon. And that was Erica's partner, Christine. How is it? Tell me, how is it that a single group of people could be behind so much interference in this case? Hey, let's be clear here. It gets deeper. How many of you recall Mike Thomas? How is it that Mike Thomas was going to be brought into this situation? Mm-hmm. Who did Mike Thomas interact with in years prior that might be connected to this group? And hey, since we're speaking of Mike Thomas, let's ask this question. Why did Sue Wright and Angela Sedlowski sue Carroll County or the Sheriff's Department? Only to lose. Why is it that the same names keep coming up again and again and again and again and again and again? I think Mrs. Kathy Allen was very, very, very wise not to touch any of you with a 10-foot pole.